continuing with verse number 31, where Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight the war because he is a Kshatriya, and there is nothing higher for a Kshatriya than fighting a righteous Dharma Yuddham. So he is now telling another viewpoint. Forget about Atma. You don't worry about the philosophy, but now at least do your duty. That's what he's telling him. Going further, verse number 32. Yadrichaya chopapannam swargadvaram apavrutam sukinaha kshatriyaha partha labante yuddhamidrisam. This is another line of argument where Krishna is explaining why he should be happy. Yet this Richaya is to fail in faculties, and not by free will but by chance. By chance you got this opportunity. Cha upapannam arisen. Swargadvaram is open gates of heaven. Apavritam, open up. Sukinaha, one who is happy. For Kshatriya, Partha, O Arjuna. Labante, labham comes from the word labha, to get. Labham is profit. Labante, get or benefit. Yuddham, war. Idrisam, like this. Happy are the Kshatriyas, O Arjuna, who get such an opportunity, such a chance to fight in a battle that comes by itself as an open door to heaven. So he tells him that this is an opportunity given to you to show your valor and give you an opportunity to enter the gates of heaven. Going further, atachetvam imam dharmyam sangrabam na karishyasi tataha swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapyasi. Ataha. Now, there's always a question, if you do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, what will happen? A lot of people say, if you do this, you will get this, you will get that, you will get that. But they never tell you what you will get if you don't do it. I'm reminded of an incident when a group insurance policy was to be enforced in a factory, and all the workers were required to sign an agreement. Only one worker refused. He said, I will not sign it. The foreman talked to him, the supervisor talked to him, he wouldn't budge. Ultimately, the matter went to the general manager. The general manager was mad that one person is holding up this signing of the group insurance. He called him to his cabin and said, hey, why didn't you sign it? He said, no, I don't want to sign it. Well, I'll give you an option. If you don't sign it, you are fired right now. I can't hold up the entire policy for the sake of one individual. And the worker stared at him, picked up the paper, signed it and gave it to him. So the general manager asked, why didn't you sign it before? Why did the matter have to come to me all the way? Now you sign it. He says, everybody told me to sign it. Do it. But nobody told me what will happen to me if I don't sign it. So likewise, Krishna here is saying, what will happen if you don't fight? So this is another line of argument. You should know that, right? Ataha now, chet, if from you, imam, this dharmam, dharmyam, righteous sangramam is war. Righteous war. You don't fight, karishyasi, perform, tataha, then swadharmam, your own conduct, kirtim, fame, reputation, and hitva is to abandon. Papam avapyasi, you will be engulfed in sin. Arjuna, if you don't fight this war, then you are going to incur sin for having abandoned your duty as a Kshatriya. And not only that, you're going to lose your fame, your reputation as a great warrior. Now that is really hurting Arjuna because nobody wants to lose his reputation. So he says, if you don't fight, you will not only incur sin, but you'll also pay the penalty or a black mark of losing your reputation. You see, if you don't pay the taxes to the IRS, they will come after you, and then not only you have to pay the taxes, but there will be a penalty also in addition. So the penalty is losing your fame here. So it's a very strong point that Krishna is making for Arjuna to realize why he should fight. Going further, verse 34, Akirtam chapi bhutani katayishyanti te avjayam sambhavitasta chakirtir maranat atirichyate. He explains in further, Akirtim. This is a practical point of view. Very pragmatic. Krishna, after explaining the ethical part, 31 to 33 verses, now begins to tell him the aspect of practical point of view. Pragmatic. What if he doesn't fight? Akirtim, defamation, dishonor. Bhutani people, we talked about it. Kataishanti will speak, will spread rumors about you. Of you. Doesn't happen. People spread rumors when something happens wrong. Avjayam, forever. Jayaha means to spend. Vyartam, you say. Vyartam means waste. Root is Jayaha, to spend or diminish. Avjayam is opposite forever. Sambhavidasya. Sambhu is esteem. To attain esteem. And Sambhavidasya, for a honorable man, Akirti, dishonor, is worse than death. Maranat, than death. Atirichyate is more than death. People will think of you as a useless person. They will recall your everlasting dishonor. And to one who is honorable, dishonor is worse than death. Isn't it true? The paparazzi will chase you and they will put headlines in the newspaper. The warrior Arjuna is scared, runs away from the battle. What can be worse than that? So going further, verse number 35, Bayat ranat uparatam mamsante tvam maharataha. Bayat ranat uparatam mamsante tvam maharataha. Esham chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi lagavam. Bayat. Bayam is fear. Common word. Bayat is out of fear. Ranat, from the battle. Uparatam is to run away. Mamsyante will think. Mam. Manaha. Asyante will think. Tvam, thou. Maharataha. Who are the Maharataha? The great warriors. The great people who are fighting the battle there. For whom, Yesham, Bahumataha, Bahu plus Mataha, who think very high of you. They are all seeing Arjuna. Before him, a great warrior has come. Those great warriors, what will they think? They will think that you are now insignificant. Lagu means small. Lagavam comes from the word root lagu. In India, we have small scale industries, it's called Lagu Udyog. Lagu is small. Lagavam. Insignificant, they will think. See, this is a social aspect. What if I don't have a car? What if I don't have a home? What will people think of me? If I don't have any of the wealth, what will people think of me? You just imagine a multi-millionaire suddenly becoming a pauper. Socially, he is destroyed. Because everybody thinks he is now no good. All the great warriors, Maharata is title. We saw it in the first chapter, right? The great warriors will think that you have withdrawn from the battle because you started trembling with fear. And Arjuna has run away, will be the talk of the day, and you will be considered insignificant by those who really thought very high of you, but held you in high regard. Just imagine the consequence. Now what do you think? You want to fight or no? This is a very, very strong point that Krishna is making. And there are people who retire. I've seen them. There's a general manager who was roaring like a lion when he was in power. And when he retired, he was walking like a lamb. And people use these expressions. He roared like a lion and now walking like a lamb because he lost his power. So likewise, Arjuna, if you run away, that's what people will think. Look, Arjuna, he was roaring like a lion, now he is going like a lamb. No good. What do you think of that? That's the kind of impact that Krishna is making on him. And finally, he's hitting the nail on its head with this verse number 36. Avacha vadam cha bahun vadishyanti tavahitaha nindantastava samartyam tato dukkataram nunikam. Avacha vadan na vachaha. Vachaha, vak. Vachaha is speech, talking. Avacha is opposite, na vachaha. Non-speakable words, vadan. People will talk ill of you with abusive words, unspeakable. Bahun, many, vadishyanti, will speak. Tava, your. Ahitaha, hitaha is hitama peshiradun solvar. In Tamil they say hitam. Nicely speaking. Nice. Ahitaha is not nice, ill-disposed. Those who speak them are called enemies. Nindantaha, they will denounce you, they vilify you. Tavaha, your samartyam. Samartyam is a word which is used in many languages. Tamil, they hear samat comes from samartyam. Ability, strength. Tataha, dukkataram nukim. What could be more painful than that? Those enemies of yours vilifying your power will speak many abusive words, unspeakable words. What can be more painful than this? Krishna is hitting the nail on its head gradually. From philosophy comes to ethics and finally to social or pragmatic way of talking. That will make Arjuna think. And the idea is to make him think because he didn't know what will happen if he doesn't fight. He didn't think of it. The only thing he had in mind was attachment to his bandhus. But today, he is just the opposite. His mind is gradually shifting. And Krishna is speaking in such a manner like a strategist. The tough part, the medium part, and the soft part, which really goes and tickles his heart. He says, if you don't fight, see what is all this going to happen? Did you think of those consequences? He's asking him, what can be more painful than this? If you run away, all those people are going to talk ill of you. And you're going to find yourself a miserable man, a miserable warrior, having lost all his glory and fame. What can be more painful? Isn't it a very, very pointed question? Okay, that's why he says, the final verse here, Hato va prapchasti swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasma dushtita kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischayah. The last verse for the day. Hataha va, if killed, prapchasi, what you will get, obtain swargam, heaven. Jitva va, if on the contrary you win the battle, bhokshase, you will enjoy what? The entire world, mahim. Tasmat, therefore, uttishta, get up, kaunteya. O Arjuna, son of Kunti, yuddhaya, to fight. Kritaha, determined, nischyaha, in certainty, don't waver. If you are killed, you will obtain heaven. If you win, you are victorious, you will enjoy the earth. Neither case, it's good for you. Therefore, get up, O son of Kunti, fight with determination. Don't waver. He's giving him inspiration. He's pushing him. What we learn from Gita, the step-by-step approach of winning a situation, winning over a person in steps. And this is what is explained so beautifully in Gita. He says, come on, now you get up and then fight with determination. With that, Krishna has covered these three aspects, three ways of persuading Arjuna to fight, which was the aim, right from the beginning, the philosophical part, then the dharmic part and ethical part, and finally, the practical aspects of what will happen if he doesn't fight. And if he fights, what he's going to get. And finally, he persuades him to get up and fight. So with that, we stop today's lesson. And I wish you all a very, very happy weekend. Very happy Gita Jayanti today. And we'll get back next Saturday, same time. Till then, cheers and wish you well. With that,
Thank you,
I'm going to unmute you all now. Any questions? Anybody? Okay. This recording may come to you in two parts because there was a discontinuity in between due to the internet going off. So maybe you will get it in two parts as session 9A and 9B. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
you.
All right.
Thank you, Guruji. Thanks a lot.
Enjoy the weekend and then we'll get back. Om Shri Haraye Namaha, Haraye
Thank you,
Namaha, Haraye Namaha.
Guruji.